Hey, welcome again, everybody. If you haven't had a chance yet, you could jump into the chat and let us know where you're calling from, and we are ready to get started.
We saw you. We saw you overcome adversity. We saw you crush every struggle, outsmart every challenge. We saw you move up, tear up, and light up. We also saw you fail. We saw you miss the mark, fall short, fall down. But we saw you get back up and hold on courageously. We saw you refusing to look back. Now, we want to see you doing what inspires you, doing what scares you, taking chances, and taking charge. We want to see you lead with purpose and with heart. Because at OWA, we see greatness when we see you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Lori Lippiett, President of the Optical Women's Association, and it's truly exciting to be here with you today, whether you're a member, sponsor, or fan, alongside our dedicated board of directors and passionate committee co-chairs. Today, we're going on an OWA journey. The past 2 years have been incredible in OWA history, and we're excited to share some highlights and give you a look into our future for the OWA. As you know, the OWA is comprised of over 1,000 women who participate in the optical industry. Founded in 1997, that's 28 years ago, by our founding members in a hotel room at a trade show, the OWA is a nonprofit organization committed to supporting and promoting the professional development of women in our awesome optical industry. By empowering you with networking opportunities, education, and peer support, we strive and have created a community for women to connect and collaborate to achieve both your personal and professional goals. Connect, inspire, and lead are not just our taglines. We have put these words into action. And as you will see today, by the remarkable updates from each OWA committee. 2 years ago, when I began my term as president, I challenged the board to imagine the OWA in a bold and transformative way. While you'll hear directly from our committee chairs about the incredible work they've done and their goals ahead, I'd like to take a moment to offer a high-level overview of just a few of the major accomplishments we've achieved together over the past 2 years. We fully updated our bylaws. We completely overhauled our website, so I hope you've had a chance to take a look. Katie will give you an update in a little bit. We reorganized our committee structure, creating clear leadership roles, including chairs, vice chairs, associate chairs, and subcommittees to increase engagement and effectiveness. We rebranded 2 committees and launched an entirely new one, the International Expansion Committee, that we're incredibly excited about. We hosted our first 2 OWA Unplugged retreats, and we successfully obtained registered trademark status for the OWA in the United States, United Kingdom, and just a few weeks ago, the European Union, which encompasses 27 countries. It's been a dynamic and meaningful term, and I'm so proud of what we've accomplished together. As we said in our video earlier, we see you, and now we want you to see us. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to my amazing board of directors, committee co-chairs, to share with you a little bit about our committees, what they've accomplished, what our future looks like, and how you can participate. But first, I just want to again thank you for coming today. We're so excited we're here. And now I'm going to hand it over to Vice President Megan Maloney to get us started.
Thank you, Lori. Appreciate that. As Lori said, I'm Megan Maloney, as I introduced myself earlier, and I am the co-chair for the Sponsor Relations Committee. We've been doing that about 6 years now, I think. Just to give you a little bit about what the Sponsor Relations Committee is doing. We are here to ensure that the future of the OWA is sustainable by building partnerships with folks like you and with our amazing benefactors and sponsors so that we can create the blueprint for the financial sustainability and growth of the organization. You all, the sponsors, are the lifeblood of this organization, and you allow us to deliver the content and the programs that align with our vision of creating a more inclusive and diverse optical industry where women have equal opportunities to lead and to be successful. So, from all of us on the board, a heartfelt thanks to all of our generous sponsors for your continued and unwavering commitment to the support of women in our industry. And we couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much. And I'm going to turn it over to my partner in crime, Christina Perot.
Thank you, Megan. And hi, everyone. My name is Christina Perot, and I am the co-chair of the Sponsor Relations Committee along with Megan. So thanks to many of your organizations, we've had over almost 60 sponsors continue to partner with us this year. And this is a record number for the OWA. So with this continued support, we're able to host a variety of in-person events. So different events at Vision Expo, different regional events, things like that. And the support also goes well beyond in-person events. So we know everyone can't travel to all of them. So we're continually focused on how we can bring networking opportunities, whether it be online or smaller kind of regional events, providing scholarship awards, which we'll talk about in a little bit later. And then also our summer reading program that we continue to offer year over year. So as we're continuing to grow our sponsors, it's continuing to support the different events and the member list that we're growing. So if you are on this call and your organization is not yet a sponsor, I will do a selfish plug. Please reach out to me and I will be happy to provide more information. But we are very happy to continue to have the support from all of you and look forward to continue growing our sponsor list each year. I will kick it over to Liz.
Thanks, Christina. I'm Liz Friedfeld. I'm with Clear Vision Optical, and I'm co-chair of the Membership and Welcome Committee. What an amazing year we've had. The OWA, as Lori had said, is 1,000 women plus strong, the highest membership we've ever had, and it's continuing to grow. Our membership committee, Membership and Welcome, has 27 women that are very dedicated. They work across 5 different subcommittees, and they are looking to support the growth and the value of the OWA every day. Last year alone, we saw so many new initiatives come to fruition. The Welcome and Prospecting team introduced monthly webinars to both current members and prospective members to highlight the benefits of the OWA. The speaker series launched a whole new benefit called the OWA Dialogues to feature diverse speakers and spark thought-provoking conversations. 2 dialogues were already held. Christine Hadid did a webinar on permission to screw up, and our own Josephine Austin, Divi Bartlett, and Rebecca Geifer, 3 accomplished OWA members, shared insights on how to assess and step into a new career move. A 3rd webinar is planned for November with Erin O'Malley and strategies for handling difficult conversations. Our 3 O's team did an amazing job. They launched a survey to 30,000 opticians, optometrists, and ophthalmologists to learn about their experience with the OWA and what benefits are the most meaningful to them and where do we need to grow. The events team took a strategic shift away from creating intimate local events and sponsored instead over 30 well-attended industry events in the US and Canada, exposing the OWA to thousands of potential new members. We created a new international liaison position to work with our international expansion team, which Trudy will tell you a little bit more about today. And we are just getting started. We see all of you and want you to have a valuable membership with the OWA. I want to turn this over to my very good friend, and I'm honored to have her as a co-chair, Erica Plank.
Thank you, Liz, and the honor is mine as well. I'm Erica Plank. I'm with VSP Vision, and I have the privilege of being that co-chair with Liz on the Membership and Welcome Committee. Liz highlighted a lot of really amazing accomplishments that our committee has had, and I'm proud to say we're just getting started. In 2026, we're going to build off this momentum and focus on increasing awareness about the OWA with as many people as possible. And that includes opticians and optometrists, building off what we learned from them through this survey. Our goal is to grow membership and engagement with this community more than ever before. We're going to continue to meet people where they're at, engaging in industry events across the US and ensuring that we can easily connect with the OWA and new and prospective members if they want more information on membership through our outreach efforts for prospecting. We're going to grow our OWA dialogue benefit with new speakers and topics that address the needs of you, our membership, and spark conversation, connection, and personal growth. And most importantly, we're going to ensure new members feel welcome and engaged from the very beginning with enhanced welcome outreach activities. As Liz mentioned, we're at an all-time high for membership, and our goal remains to engage with as many new members as we possibly can to enjoy the value of the OWA and this amazing group of women. With that, I'm going to hand it over to my friend, Jonna Neal.
Thank you, Erica. Hello, everyone. My name is Johnny Neal. I'm with Xylaware Eyewear, and I co-chair the Connection and Enrichment Committee. Happy to see a bunch of them on today, as usual. A wonderful committee. I have to do my plug. We're going to talk about some accomplishments, but the biggest accomplishment we will have as a committee is if we can connect with all thousand members that we have. So the first accomplishment I'm going to bring up is our Unplugged retreat. We've had two outstanding, two outstanding Unplugged retreats. We have one on the way. I am going to plug, we have some seats available to you. So please, it will be in Scottsdale, Arizona, at the Resort and Spa. This is the time for you to really unplug. And when I say that, I mean literally, I'm playing. Don't get in trouble. We do want you to unplug. We want you to connect. In fact, if you've seen all these fabulous pictures on that we started with, they were all most of them were from the retreat. So please, 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 this is an opportunity for you to connect. Fireside chats, another way for you to connect. Love that every other month there's a different host, there's a different topic. Another way for you to connect, if you are a member and you want to engage, this is a great way for you to engage and meet other members. Wonderful committee with that as well. And you can find the information on that on the website. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about our OWA Pod Talks, and I am going to go get some stats because we have definitely expanded in now listenership. We are now with iHeartRadio, Overcast, Amazon Music. We were added to the Optical Prism magazine website in Canada. We have expanded our international listenership. We are in Canada, Germany, Africa, Poland, UK, China, and France. And if you guys didn't see, we were awarded recently. So huge accomplishment for that. And last but not least, Leadership Scholarship. 62 women have been awarded scholarships by the OWA through platinum sponsors and also the individual contributions. Some of the programs, I'm going to get some stats as well as that, is Dale Carnegie. They went to some leadership courses. Someone completed them, actually was able to complete a course to complete their master's degree. They used it to go to the Unplugged retreat and also a New Year of Fashion program that they were able to use and leverage at their company. So guys, this is an opportunity. We would love to connect with you. Please join, please get involved. And I'm going to hand it over to my partner in crime, Susan Ludwig. Thank you.
Thanks, Jonna. Susan Ludwig, in addition to being on the board of directors for OWA, I also work with US Vision Med Partners. I am co-chair with Jonna of the Connection and Enrichment Committee, affectionately the best committee. I'll go ahead and get that plug in there now. As Jonna mentioned, we see a lot of our ladies, our vice chair, and a lot of folks that are very involved and head up 7 very special subcommittees that are part of our group. So just a few things I'd like to highlight, some of our goals for our committee. First, 1 Minute Inspiration is a member benefit that's designed to connect and really inspire women in the industry. These are short articles that are published twice a month, and this offers a space really for members to share, whether that's an individual experience, their reflections, knowledge, some expertise, or even a new way of thinking that challenges us all. New members especially can enjoy OMI, or 1 minute inspiration, because it doesn't require a large commitment of time. This is a wonderful way for you to get involved if you're newer to OWA. And because there is the writing support, you really don't have to be a great author to participate in this case. And another great benefit that I want to talk about, completing our first full launch year, Full Circle, the mentorship program. This was developed by the OWA to encourage meaningful connections among members across all stages of their careers. The program is designed to support professionals who are new to the industry, those who are navigating their mid-career transitions, or if you're reflecting on years of experience. This provides a flexible structure where members can network, share insights, give and receive guidance in an informal and supportive setting. Our goal is to build out phase 2, which has just kicked off recently, of this program. It's a fantastic opportunity to pay it forward or grow your own career at every stage of the journey. And then last, but certainly not least, our newest initiative, very exciting to talk about it because we're going to do a launch event at Vision Expo West just in a couple weeks here. Her Story. Her Story is a heartfelt tribute to women in the industry who have courageously battled or are currently battling cancer. We're gearing up for this at Vision Expo with 20 participating companies, and we'll award the finalists live for this campaign Friday at the center stage, 11:30. So shameless plug there. If you go on the OWA website, which looks fabulous if you haven't been on it lately, I put another plug out there. The voting page is now live, so go and vote for your favorites. Our goal with Her Story is to support women who find themselves in need of professional or emotional help within the optical industry. And now I will hand it over to my dear friend, Dr. Beverly Bianis.
Thank you, my friend, Susan. Hello, everyone. As Susan said, my name is Dr. Beverly Bianis from Pack and Bianis Vision Care Optometry in San Diego. I'm also the co-chair of the events committee where the party people are. We are so proud of the amazing events our team has created. One highlight was the finale signature Gotham Hall champagne breakfast in New York, an event that will be forever remembered as the event of the year. Over 500 people attended as we honored 4 incredible women leaders and celebrated the retirement of one of OWA's beloved founders, Marge Axelrod. Poor Marge, we keep on pulling her back from retirement. But as the saying goes, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. And we certainly did. Because when Vision Expo moved to Orlando, the bar was already set high from New York, but we rose to the challenge, transforming a simple hotel ballroom into a spectacular tropical themed celebration. The location changed, but the OW's hearts remained the same. This year, we also gave our social events a fresh new feel by reimagining them as stars, sips, and scholarships, and bibs and bevs. These fun new twists brought even more excitement and connection to our community. I am so grateful for our talented committee. Each member brought amazing energy, creativity, and passion to make these events unforgettable. We're also excited to elevate leadership within our team, Kathy Furman and Christine Kalimlin as vice chair, and Victoria Halberg as associate chair, joining the leadership team as well. Together, we will keep bringing OWA's events to the next level. Thank you. And remember, the party people aren't done yet. I'd like to pass it on to our talented and the heart of our events committee co-chair, Courtney Myers, will tell us about the future.
Thanks, Beverly. I love your passion, as always. So hello, I'm Courtney Myers. I'm Senior Vice President with Havas Red, and as Beverly said, co-chair of the events committee. So looking ahead for our committee, we're excited that we're hosting 3 events at Vision Expo West this year. Our Connection Series event will feature 3 inspiring women, Dr. Audrey Sue Cruz, who is a healthcare ambassador and influencer and was made a Barbie doll during the COVID pandemic. Dr. Melissa Barnett, she's an optometrist, global speaker, mindful leadership coach, and Sue Downs, who we all know is CEO and co-founder of My Eye Doctor. So after each of our inspiring speakers, our moderator, Erin Morgan, is going to lead a discussion. So if you're attending the event, be prepared to connect, reflect, and we hope you walk away with ready to take action. So there are still some tickets available, so register as soon as you can before they're sold out. So on Friday at 11:30 on the innovation stage, we'll be presenting our new Her Story program, which Susan just talked about. A very special moment will be dedicated to honoring this year's Her Story hero, a woman in the optical industry whose journey has inspired us. So we really hope you can join us for this inspiring and empowering presentation. And then Friday evening, we'll be hosting our signature networking and raffle event, Bids and Bevs. Attendance for this event is free, but we really hope you will register for the event if you're planning to attend. So looking beyond this year, as we all know and you all know, Vision Expo is evolving to be one event a year. So we will still continue to host our champagne breakfast there and look for OWA networking events at the show as well. But beyond that, we're looking to see if there are even other industry events where we can start to create additional opportunities for OWA members to connect and inspire each other. So as Beverly said, look for more to come. So now I'd like to hand it over to Carrie Ann.
Thank you, Courtney. Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Ann DeCindis. I'm with Eye Care Business Magazine and Contact Lens Spectrum, published by Connexient. I am the co-chair of the OWA's Digital Marketing Committee, or the DMC. In the OWA Talks podcast last year, I referred to the DMC as the hype woman of the OWA, and I think we continue to play this part by highlighting our membership, celebrating our wins, and informing the OWA and the industry as a whole on what we're up to. So the DMC is responsible for creating content for all of the OWA's social media platforms, where you can find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And across these 3 platforms, we have a total of 13,000 followers that have the opportunity to hear from us, with posts going out on a cadence of 4 times a week. So to break it down further, we have nearly 4,800 Facebook followers, more than 5,500 LinkedIn followers, and 2,700 Instagram followers. So we've come a long way since I joined this committee about a decade ago. We were essentially just repurposing influencer photography at the time, and we really didn't have the bandwidth to create our own organic content, and especially not at the frequency in which we do today. So now our committee of nearly 20 individuals, many which I see on this call, we have several subcommittees from that group, including post-creation, where the OWA's creative members really get to shine and showcase their skills through Canva. We have post-schedulers, and that's the punctual committee members who work to keep the train on the tracks and posts going out when they should. And then we have post-proofing, which those are the meticulous individuals like myself who like to get into the nitty-gritty of editing and proofreading post-copy. So to tell you a little bit more about the Digital Marketing Committee, I'd like to introduce my amazing DMC co-chair and partner in crime, Reagan Colpitz.
Thank you so much, Carrie Ann. Hi there, I'm Reagan Colpitz, and I'm with Pair Eyewear. So to elaborate on what Carrie Ann was talking about, we're going to give you a little behind the scenes look at our committee. So we meet every month, and during that committee meeting, we highlight our top posts, and we also discuss best practices, which change quite frequently in the Digital Marketing Committee. We plan content 2 weeks out. So this is something that may be a little bit new to everyone. And we work on a rolling 2-month blueprint in place. So we do try and make sure that we're as organized as possible. And we put in specific content for blog posts, as well as some of the events that we're focusing on. Key areas that we want to really focus on to really drive traction on the committee is the use of Instagram stories. So you may have seen us doing this in the last little bit. We prioritize specific events that we want to focus on as a group, and we do a multi-page story with a direct link for people to click on and hopefully register. We also are expanding our live coverage series. And in order to help with the infamous algorithm on Instagram, we are trying to do more video content in the form of short story reels as well as carousel posts. We're also trying to help the other committees by boosting visibility of the blogs and the events that we're focusing on, and also providing that direct link to register in our stories. It makes it so much easier if they can just click and log in and register as opposed to going onto the website. We're also trying to provide a little bit more structure around sponsored video content. So as the team mentioned today, there's so many sponsors that we have this year. We would love to create some focus for you guys to provide amazing videos for your sponsorship content. And the final thing that we're working on is we're working on a centralized form for other committees to submit content so we can have a streamlined database of information that we need to help promote specific areas that you guys are focusing on. So that is a glimpse into the Digital Marketing Committee, and I want to give a shout out to Mickey as well as Kayla, who help lead our specific committees for proofing as well as for creative work. And with that, I'm going to pass it on to Katie Lover.
Thanks, Reagan. Hi, everybody. My name is Katie Lover. I'm with GPN Technologies, and I co-chair the Communications and Website Committee. Our committee is responsible for the OWA's blog, the management of our website, and then some other administrative aspects of the OWA. Today, I'm excited to tell you guys about the purpose behind the enhancements made to our website. So if you're new to the OWA, then you probably didn't see the old version of the website. But if you're a veteran OWA member, then you know that the website has taken a pretty big turn in its look and feel. So as we started to sit down as a committee and a board and really think about the experience that we wanted to offer our membership, we all honed in on the fact that we really wanted this organization to have a massive sense of connection, community, and engagement. And because we are all located in now different parts of the world, the easiest way to offer that on a daily basis is through our website. So our updated member profiles give you that kind of social media style feel where you can now add your bio in and a cover photo, update your profile picture, and you can also have custom badges added to your page based on things that you're involved in within the organization and the industry. So this allows people to really get to know you better and know, what your interests are. We now also have a coffee connection offering where you can search the member directory to see who may be interested in having a virtual coffee chat so that you can connect with other women and grow your network. But the biggest addition to the website this year was the Community Corner. This is a members only space where you can take a look at our US and international member spotlights now. You can learn more about milestone moments happening in other people's lives. You can pick up a new book recommendation or a recipe, and now you can even watch a video in order to learn a new skill. We've also updated our blog by offering author profiles for recurring authors so you can get to know them better. So we're so excited about how far the website has come. And now I'll hand it over to my sole co-pilot, Carissa Dunphy, to tell you about our future.
Thank you, Katie. My name is Carissa Dunphy. I'm with Professional Eye Care Associates of America, or PECA, and I co-chair the Communications and Website Committee with Katie. We call it the CWC. And Susan, I would say that we have the best committee, just gonna say that. Our website has come a long way over the past year, and the CWC aims to continue that momentum by making our website even more robust to not only attract new members, but to better serve the diversity of our growing membership base. First up in the future outlook of the CWC, we are in the late stages of procuring international website translation. Once complete, visitors will have 4 language choices, which will translate both public and private member-only content. International translation is incredibly important implementation as the OWA has an increasing number of members outside of the United States. As Katie mentioned, the new website was built with the intention of being a vessel for members to feel the OWA's sense of connection, community, and engagement. How better to feel this than from video? We have procured a new web-based platform for our members to submit videos. This is an incredibly simple plug-and-play service where we can generate content by posting a video that asks a question. Members then reply to the question with their own video response. This particular service organizes and hosts the questions and replies together, which can then be shared on any digital OWA platform, the community corner, blog, website, even our social channels. So keep your eye out very soon for the OWA's video asks. Other things you can expect to see from the CWC include member outreach for seasonal community corner content, engaging blog mini series from all facets of the membership throughout OWA's history, and a continued increase in website visitors from our improving ranking in search engines and referrals from our blog. So that is a look into the future of what the CWC holds. I now pass it off to my friend, Trudy Sheree.
Thanks, Carissa. Hey everyone, I'm Trudy Sheree. I'm with CSI Dry Eye Software. I'm the co-chair of the International Expansion Committee, IEC for short. We're the newest committee, and I'll give you a little history into the formation of this committee. We held an impromptu OWA event at Silmo in Paris in 2023. It resulted in great attendance, but also substantial interest and feedback from our global sponsors on the idea of supporting women in other countries. So the board voted in March of 2024 to create the committee to first determine if there was a desire and need internationally. Hence, the IEC was formed in May of 2024. In a little over a year, the IEC committee has accomplished a lot. We determined the structure of international expansion and remain a US-based organization accepting global members. We initiated and completed the trademark status for UK and Europe, as well as US. We built a committee with co-chairs in Canada and Italy, subcommittees with members from England, Ireland, Italy, and France. We host 3 international events already, one in Mito in Italy, Silmo in France, and 100% Optical in England. We held our first regional event in Paris with plans on holding one soon in Italy. We followed up the regional, with our first virtual event, and we had 27 women attend it from around the world. Our vision is to be the association for women in optical in any country. We currently have women from over 8 countries belonging to the OWA. All of this in a little over a year. Stay tuned, lots more to come. At this time, I would like to hand it off to the most amazing woman, leader, and personal friend, Deb Bulkin.
Thank you for that, Trudy. I appreciate that. I am Deb Bulkin. You kind of threw me. Thanks, Trudy. I am with Essilor Luxottica, and I am the chair of the nominating committee. Very fortunate to actually chair alongside of Robin Crimmins, who is our more recent past president. But we work alongside of some amazing women who have started this organization at the ground. I see Marge Axelrod is on the call with us, and I'll get to her in a minute. Marge, thank you for joining. And if anybody else from the committee is on the call, there's so many, please put it in the chat. Sure, everybody would love to hear from you. So obviously serving on the committee is our current president, Dr. Lori Lippiatt, who's recently retired, but she will be very, very active in ensuring the success of the committee going forward. Obviously myself, Robin Crimmins, as I mentioned, who is starting a new role called Unleashing Leaders, a new organization that she is leading. We're very excited about her using her talents there to really support and help develop other women outside of our organization. Tiara Claxton, who's been a member for quite some time, who really helped bring me into the organization. She's currently with Telios. I hope everybody saw Marge on camera here, and we can't give enough accolades to Marge. And a side story here, as many of you know, she was the founding mother. And Beverly, I'm going to say we're not the party people, but we are the quieter party people who still, true to our roots, continue to have wine in whatever hotel room we can find, maybe a quiet restaurant or just about anywhere where we can meet up. So Marge, we thank you for starting that tradition way back when in 1997. Maureen Kavanaugh, who is one of my greatest mentors, somebody also who helped bring me into the organization. She's with Advancing Eye Care. Ann Engler, just a tremendous resource for so many of you out there, somebody who actually works very actively on the nominating committee alongside of Tiara to really vet and connect with women to see their potential for either engaging on a committee or potentially earning a board seat. Lorinda Fraboni, who's with Crescent Moon Photography for many years, high level at Wallman, and a tremendous friend. She actually chaired the membership committee when I first came on board. And of course, Sherry Rogerson, a former colleague of mine at Essilor Luxottica, and she is working with Excellence Consulting and is also extremely active. What I'd like to say is just hearing all of the committees actually make a comment about their structure that they've built out and the breadth and scope and all of the transformation that Lori challenged every single one of us to try and imagine 2 years ago, literally getting the chills because she's really, her imagination has gone wild, but everybody I think has exceeded it. And what that means for so many of you out in the audience are future leadership roles that you can really, I guess, really be able to move into at some point to maybe prepare yourself for a board role. I will tell you, as little as 2-3 years ago, the only board opportunities or leadership opportunities was the lead of a committee. And you've just heard from all of them now. But through building all this structure and increasing the number of membership benefits that we bring to you, that means we need associate chairs, we need vice chairs, and there's leadership opportunities. And I would say probably 2 or 3 times the number of leaders are on charge of developing this organization for all of you to benefit for many, many years to come. So I want to congratulate everybody on the board at this time because you've really done an amazing job. You've made it easy for the nominating committee because our chairs actually are the ones who kind of point us in the right direction for those folks who maybe are actively engaged and have really been able to share their interest in becoming a board director at some time in the future. So all of you, it's a lot of extra work. The leaders that you're developing will ensure the success of the OWA for years to come. So thank you for that. And with that, I will hand it over to Megan Maloney for a Q&A session. Meg?
Thank you, Deb. Excellent. Thank you. And thanks to all of these amazing committee chairs for the great updates. That is very, very useful. So thank you. So now we're going to transition into the Q&A session. We've had some questions that were sent in and we've heard kind of themes. So I'll start with the one that we get the most. And Liz, I think you might be the best to answer this one. The question is, how do I get more involved with the OWA?
Wow, so many opportunities. Best way to find out about what the events are that are coming up is the website. Katie mentioned that there's a section called events, but truth be known, membership is where it totally rocks. So reach out to me and Erica if that's what you want. But to find out about them, there's a webinar that you can go on. That's a great way to learn about, as well as on the profile on the OWA. When you have your profile about yourself, you can click about the different committees and a committee member there will reach out to you. But membership.
Thank you, Liz. Just to follow up on getting more involved, Courtney, maybe you could answer, if folks would like to get involved with our in-person events, how do they do that?
Well, they can reach out to me or Beverly or anyone on the committee and join our committee. The other way, though, that maybe people don't realize, if you don't have time to commit to a committee, you can volunteer at one of the events at Expo. Just like, we always need extra volunteers. Come to the event early to help us set up, to stay after the event and help us clean up. But that's a great way to just, be able to network and meet new people without having to make a huge time commitment. So we understand not everybody has time to fully join a committee, but there are ways you can still participate and network and meet others.
Thank you, Courtney. Jonna, I think this one might be for you. The question is around the unplugged retreat. Number one, it's can you tell me a little bit more about what the weekend looks like? And number two, how do I sign up?
Yes, so I'll sign anyone. I'm playing. I don't think I said the date. The date is Friday, October 24th to Sunday, October 26th. It's as I mentioned in Arizona. You can sign up on the website. It is on the OWA website. Katie, everyone, thank you for getting that up there. You can reach out to Susan and I, but we do have a subcommittee that is specifically works on a retreat committee. I think I saw her on here. Kathy Cruz leads that. She gets a multitude of questions, especially during Expo. As I mentioned, we do have some seats left. And what does the weekend is, if I can just, it's amazing. You come in, it's relaxed. We do tell you kind of what to wear, what's to come. We do ask you not to have your phone during that weekend. There's a lot of ways to connect and engage. And there's activities, and you have an opportunity to, enjoy where you're at as well. So we did make sure to carve out time for that. So if you've never been to Scottsdale, you have a few hours to yourself to do that. The best way, like I said, is to sign up on the website, reach out to Susan or myself, or, Kathy Cruz and her committee. And we're ready to rock and roll. So we do have some seats left, okay?
Thank you, Jonna. That's very helpful. And like Liz said, I'll be there too, Liz. So we'd love to see anybody out there. Please join us there. It should be a really amazing weekend. Katie, this is a good question for you, I think. So if I don't travel to these Vision Expo events, what are other ways that I can connect with women in the OWA?
Yeah, so there's lots of ways to connect. We've mentioned it. I think everyone has kind of touched base on the website and ways to kind of jump in there and learn more about the membership. So, like I said earlier, you can go into the member portal, click on the directory. That's going to be the easiest way to search for members. You can see who's in your area or who maybe just has similar interests to you, and then you can reach out to them directly. A lot of people actually do have that coffee connection chat button highlighted. I went and looked yesterday because I was curious to see how many people have it on, and there are a plethora of people that are dying to meet you. So you can go in there and toggle on the coffee connection, and then it will show you all of the people who said that they're ready for a virtual meetup, or if they're in your area, you could even grab a cup of coffee with them in person. And that's the other thing I did. I looked to see who was in my area, and I was shocked to find a chunk of women who are OWA members that are literally anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes away from me. So you might be surprised to find out who is actually in your area that you can meet up with. But that's the best way to, virtually connect with people. But of course, if you do want to go to an in-person event, you can click that events tab on the website and kind of navigate to register and, go to one of our in-person events like the retreat or one of our signature events at Vision Expo.
Right. And I think, Susan, you probably hit on this a little bit, but what are some events that are taking or mechanisms by which people can join things that are virtual? I think you touched on some of this, but could you highlight a couple more?
I did. I will, of course, plug again. The retreat's been mentioned a couple of times. That's a great way. If you want to connect with other women and be, fully present, that's a great one. I chatted the 1 minute inspiration. That's a great way that you can connect. That subcommittee obviously can work with you if you need writing support. Fireside chats, I can't say enough about that. That is the closest you're going to get to, you're virtual. You're able to see and speak with other women. There are different topics, every other month that really you find more that you have in common, and some really real conversations happen at that. The Connection Corner was mentioned earlier. Katie talked about that. I can't say enough about how fun that is, again, to go and read a little bit about, what skills others have, what they're interested in. Full Circle, the mentorship program, is just an amazing way to get involved. And whether you want to be a mentor or be mentored, I think, there's something there for everyone, and those are virtual events. So another one that's a great one.
Thank you, Susan. I think I think you all have done a great job of communicating the many, many ways people can be involved with us, whether they travel or not. And there's a lot of ways to do that. I have really just two more themes. Deb, this is probably for you. What needs to happen for me to get nominated for a leadership role within the OWA?
I'm actually glad this question came up because it is something that folks stop me and ask me about because there is so much interest, there's so much passion, there's so much excitement. I think what our members are starting to see from the organization. What I would say is the most important thing is to become active on a committee. So when you see everybody's names and you're hearing where they come from, and as Katie said on our website, you can reach out to people individually. Reach out and share what your passion is. Maybe there's a skill you'd prefer to learn something different, and maybe like I would do it for you, Carrie Ann. I'd be like, I cannot do what you do. I'm not that finite about doing just about anything. So I would say reach out to a committee chair to maybe join any of the subcommittee chairs, vice chairs, associate chairs. You see all the structure on our website. So it's really important to go take a look. But becoming active is really important. And I will say on the side, when people ask me about what it takes, I would say you really have to put in the work. And that's what makes all of these women so special here. They've really put in the work, and it's a second job for most people. There are a lot of hours that go into it, but it's really, it shows in the passion, the enthusiasm, and some of the competitive nature around whose committee is best. But once you join a committee and you can get the endorsement of your chair or co-chair, there are these leadership opportunities that I mentioned because we are growing so quickly. Just even adding committees, like Lori said earlier, the National Committee, it requires more leadership roles. So it prepares you for a potential board position. So there is a succession that's in place. Lori also mentioned at the start that we just revamped, and re-energize our bylaws. So they're very relevant to today. That was a huge accomplishment by the nominating committee to get that started through Robin Crimmon's help to push it along and have Lori and the executive committee take a look at it and then ultimately be approved by the entire board. So there's always a process involved. And we want you to know that it's very transparent. But if you are interested in becoming a board member, make sure you reach out to somebody who can help you along that path, because we're looking very forward to having future leaders. I didn't mention, I know Megan, you did at one point, just the diversity is very important from whatever aspect of the industry you serve. Every aspect is equally important. So it's important that you know that, whether you're an individual contributor, you own your own business, you work for one of the largest companies. One of the charges of the nominating committee is to ensure that we have diversity and that the entire board is reflective of our membership, and that we constantly strive to be very, very diverse organization. If I could say one other thing that our committee does, I failed to say that we oversee the annual award selection too. And I think that that's really important because a lot of work goes into that, seeking out those of you that have contributed, that have excelled at different aspects, and those of you who really drive change for women in the industry, whether it's within the OWA or outside the OWA. So I think the common theme is to connect at every single level, reach out to everybody who's on this chat string, reach out to anybody who's in a leadership position in the OWA. And I raise my hand. I look so forward to always mentoring in the future. So please reach out to me and I'll help you along the journey too.
Thank you, Deb, and thank you to everyone for answering those questions on the fly. And thank you to all of our members and attendees today for submitting questions. That's all the questions we have. We will compile an FAQ and get any other unanswered questions that haven't come through yet. We'll get that out to all the membership. And as always, keep the questions coming. We are all ears. But that wraps up our Q&A.
Thank you, Megan. I hope that everyone on the call is as inspired as I am. Deb, thank you so much for going through what it takes to be a leader within the organization. Thank you, committee co-chairs, for telling everyone about the amazing work that we're doing. Our vision is so bright, and we want you to engage, be supported, and achieve your best. The OWA is the best place to do it. I'll tell you what, I was an optometrist for 35 years. Of course, I'm still an optometrist, as Beverly, but probably second to being the owner and president of my practice, and until I sold my practice to partner with my eye doctor. The biggest reward, other than being an optometrist, has been the OWA. I've been a member since 2004, and here, as I conclude my term as president to join Deb as a past president, I could not be more proud or more encouraged by this tremendous team and the members that comprise the OWA. Megan, I just wish you the best over the next 2 years. I obviously will still be on the board behind the scenes, but here shoulder to shoulder to support you and wish you all the best. It has absolutely been the joy of my entire professional career to be president of this organization. The support of the women on this team, as well as your experiences. If you go to the retreat, just what you'll gain there, there are no words. So to everyone on the call, if you're not engaged, actively engaged, please consider doing so. I can't tell you how rewarding it'll be. I also want to extend a heartfelt thanks to my friend and executive director of the OWA, Carol Wilbur, for her hard work, passion, and genuine love for our organization. As Megan, you'll come to know, you can do your best, but without Carol, it's not going to work. She's really an amazing person who is the glue for all of us. So Carol, thank you so much. And also today, I want to extend a special thanks to Dawn Dinnerville, our webmaster, who assisted with the presentation. To everyone and to all of you, thank you. We see you now.
Very well said, Lori. And thank you, I think, from all of us on the board. We were honored to work with you during your presidency. We've advanced so much, and it won't be the same without you. So I'm glad you'll be with us for a while. And that concludes our program today. We want to thank all of you for joining. We know it's busy, so thanks for taking an hour out to spend with us and learn about what we're doing. The OWA wouldn't be what it is if it weren't for every one of you and all of your engagement. We love connecting with you. Your feedback is super valuable, so please reach out with that. And we'd love if you'd scan the QR code on this slide to complete our survey and submit any questions that you may have that you didn't get to. We hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And remember, when we see greatness, we see all of you.